All right, it is time that we finally, unequivocally, answer the burning question that is, are the new wheels, are they capable of taking the Rockhopper from a slog of a bike to ride, a slow machine that's lovely in every other way, up to a, like, you know, respectably quicker machine? Or, in simpler, less unbelievably try-hardy terms, did the new wheels that we threw on here make the Rockhopper a little quicker? I'm always talking about how slow it is, but how much I love it anyway. Raise your hand if you are not already completely up to speed and know the entire story of the Spindat, sometimes called the Grouch Rockhopper. Any part that I could find on the internet that I could like conglomerate into one link, it's linked below, so you can like look at stuff if you have questions, or you can go watch the like and then honestly, because I've already directed you at a link below, you know, these stickers, the Ride Reasonably Priced Bike stickers, they're out now. Or we could thank the channel sponsor, Patreon, people like Nick Poole, who support the channel through Patreon, even though you really get nothing in return. Okay, let's get on this bike and go away from this area. What is exactly our criteria for success or conclusion? I can hear you asking already. And the answer is nothing. There's no empirical data, there's no science, there's nothing more going into this than me having ridden the bike before with the wheels that were on it before, the parts that were on it before, knowing what that felt like, and riding it now like this with different parts on it and comparing how they feel. Is that a scientific, high-tech way of doing it? No, but look at this. In no world would this, a 1992 Specialized Rockhopper converted with a bunch of modern parts, ever be considered like high-tech, high performance, highly scientific, or groundbreaking in any way. So subjecting it to a test that is all those things, well, that's just outlandish. Why would we ever do that? Therefore, experiments performed with it must also be fun in nature. I understand that's going to be a bummer for some of you. Welcome to the channel. So as a downer of the start of this ride, I just got blown by an older gentleman on an e-bike. Don't care that it was an e-bike, still demoralizing, and I didn't enjoy that experience whatsoever.
Way out into worlds I didn't believe existed.
So we are on a road right now that I ride, put lightly, often. It's a loop that's really close to home. I don't have to do anything special. Jump on a bike, get on the road, do the loop, and then you can add more to it. You can be on gravel for a little bit. You can go to the beach, which is what we're doing right now. So needless to say, I'm pretty familiar with how it rides. And on the way here, I know it's not obvious, but yeah, this thing will freight train down a slightly rolling hill but relatively flat road and allow you to like throw power down, ride quickly, and get the illusion of a quote-unquote fast bike. But even on surfaces like this thing, it's like it doesn't feel out of place. As a matter of fact, the like monstrous tires that are on it, they serve their purpose. They really kind of like flatten out all the bumps. And without a doubt, the springiness, like the steel, the 1-inch head tube of this frame, also adds to some of the compliance, the comfort, you know, all the things that we tend to know and love about steel bikes. There's no argument there though. Oh baby. On a surface like this, I could say that it doesn't really feel that much different than it did with the wheels prior to these fancy ones. Places like this aren't really the area of concern. As a matter of fact, riding over stuff like this, it's nice and stable. It can do it because it is such a freight train with its head tube angle and all the flexing and stuff. There's a certain level of confidence that's built into riding these things over like rougher terrain. Like it would feel like a little bit of suspension over something like that. And it will, because I'm gonna ride it. So currently no real noticeable increase in speed or possibly efficiency due to the upgraded hubs and wheels, though there is a noticeable increase in fun due to the confidence that has also increased completely based on this thing now donning double wall rims and certainly has a little more strength behind it for all the stuff I like to kind of like toy around with on this bike in particular. There's just something about having the confidence and knowing that your wheels aren't gonna buckle underneath you that somehow is, how do I put it, better. It's possible I've been trying to kid myself here a little bit. It might be rolling a little faster, but truthfully, like, this is seriously not the areas that I ever considered this thing a slog. Like, I had nothing to complain about for just rolling along. But yeah, just without pedaling, I think it is a little faster. But that's neither here nor there. It's not what I'm talking about. Here we go. Prime suspect number one for calling this thing a bit of a slug, like a slog to ride sometimes. And it's a feeling I definitely don't see a set of nice hubs, rims, and spokes, wheels, some people call it, fixing, which is becoming a little bit apparent as I climb this. And if you're, yeah, that feeling is still here. It rolls better, but the feeling is still here. Just kind of another punchy climb there to confirm it. Not a sprightly climbing bike at all. Which makes sense, it's a 90s mountain bike that I put drop bars on. It's not supposed to be a fast road bike. Hard to say if I'm actually going slow because I have nothing to tell me what speed I'm going at all, but the sensation of going slow is very real. With the really slow steering and the almost complete lack of road noise coming up through the bike into you. Maybe it's all in my head, but I doubt it. I'd still say it's slower in comparison to my other bikes, but I don't think it matters. So, is it still a slug? Yes, but there's a more interesting way of putting it. It's the party pace machine. It has its place. There's a reason for building and owning a bike like this, and it's for, like, you know, having fun. Like, there's not going to be any part that I can throw at this thing to get it to feel like a purebred race gravel bike. That's just not gonna happen. But is it capable? Is it fun? Hell yeah, it is. And isn't that kind of, and I think it's kind of a shame to take it so to heart that I wouldn't describe this thing as like a fast competition bred machine. There's something cool about being party pace, isn't there? Everything has its place. Okay, I'm gonna go keep riding my bike.